Welcome to the SmashMuck Champion Scouting Report, featuring Rook, the mystical statue.
Hear my voice.
Rook is a ranged defensive champion with exceptional crowd control and top-tier regeneration. Although it's unclear whether Rook is a boy or girl, we do know one fact. Rook is a statue, therefore made out of stone. Just kidding, Rook is actually a girl. The more you know. Rook's first passive is Skillful. Whenever Rook has a skill, this passive will activate and significantly reduce the cooldown on any skill. Rook's second passive is Prowl. If Rook remains stationary for a short period of time, she'll become invisible to enemies from afar. Her Shroud of Invisibility will vanish once she begins moving again or starts attacking. Dark Bolts launches 2 bolts of energy at enemies within Rook's area of effect. If there are multiple opponents within the area, the bolts will separate and attack the 2 closest champs. Dark Bolts will deal elemental damage and will leave enemies with a Fatigue debuff. Fatigue will lower the opponent's elemental and physical resistance. Rook does not have many offensive abilities, so combining her skillful passive to reduce the Dark Bolt's cooldown will be key in surviving team fights. Casting Crystal Wall will create a wall at a targeted location. Enemies will be able to damage your wall, but won't be able to walk through it. Keep in mind that there are some champs that have the ability to go over and under it. Rook's Crystal Wall is a great ability to close enemies in or to redirect them. Just remember to practice your wall placement. You don't want to cut off your team. Nobody's happy when they do that. Rook's third skill is Shadow Mist. This skill allows Rook to teleport at a targeted location. Once Rook teleports, it will leave an energy draining cloud behind. This cloud will affect any enemies within the area of effect. Shadow Mist also allows Rook to teleport up ledges and past objects. This gives Rook the ability to chase down enemies by cutting corners and taking quick shortcuts. Rook's final skill is Rock Storm. Rock Storm is Rook's skill swap, meaning if you equipped her Planetoid weapon, Rock Storm will replace Shadow Mist. When Rock Storm is activated, it will fire projectiles that damage and push enemies back. This ability is great for push knockouts and crowd control. Due to Rook's low health pool, knowing when to use Crystal Wall and Shadow Mist defensively is vital to your success. In this scenario, Rook finds herself trapped between Minos and Kunek. Not a good position to be in. Luckily, she has enough energy to teleport herself up the ledge. On the flip side, the same defensive abilities that helped Rook survive the previous encounter will now give her the upper hand. Here we see a Rook that is chasing a Nexi that has a crystal close to her destroyer. Rook allows her to pick the direction that she'll be going in, then quickly traps her with Crystal Wall, allowing her teammate to not only pick up the knockout, but the crystal as well. When setting up a loadout for Rook, build towards maximizing Dark Bolt's energy, maximum health, and health regeneration. For badges, try using either Vitality, Energy Shield, or Rattlesnake. All in all, Rook is a fast-moving, wall-creating, teleporting, and even meteor-throwing champion. If you're looking to speed up your gameplay, she's your gal. Thank you for watching Rook's Scouting Report. Happy smashing!